At times, the silence echoing through the corridors of St. James Park is louder than any flashy headline. Sometimes, fans don't need to hear a single word to sense that something is happening behind the scenes. Exchanged glances, vague interview responses, and growing murmurs on social media are all telltale signs. And for those who follow Newcastle United closely, it's clear that something in the air has shifted. A quiet, but meaningful movement is taking shape within the club, and it could have a direct impact on the midfield next season. But before we dive in, here's a quick reminder. If you're passionate about the Magpies and don't want to miss a single update on the club's movements, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. It helps us out massively and keeps you in the loop with every bit of news, rumor, and behind-the-scenes buzz about Newcastle United. And don't forget to drop a like. Today's update might just change how you view the future of our midfield. Now, back to the matter at hand. The transfer window is far from being just about swapping players. It's a silent war of strategy, timing, and seizing opportunities. And that seems to be exactly what's guiding Newcastle's actions at the moment. We're not talking about obvious names or attention-grabbing moves. We're talking about a player who, until recently, was seen as a bright young gem for a direct Premier League rival, but who may now be within reach for the Magpies, and not because of football alone, but due to financial factors. According to Sky Sports, Newcastle have shown a strong interest in Jacob Ramsey, Aston Villa's midfielder who, despite his talent, no longer seems to be a key figure in Unai Emery's plans. Journalist Sacha Tavolieri has reported that the Birmingham club hasn't ruled out a sale, especially with the increasing pressure they're under from the Premier League's financial sustainability rules, the infamous PSR, and that changes everything. Here's where it gets really interesting. Newcastle have been made aware of the player's price tag, with Villa reportedly demanding at least £30 million to part ways with him. But why does this matter so much? Because it could be a rare chance to sign a young player, already experienced in the Premier League, with attributes that align perfectly with the style of play Eddie Howe is building. More than that, he could be the answer to a long-standing issue in our left-sided midfield, an area that's been hit by injuries and Joe Willock's inconsistency. So the big question now is this a smart investment? For many analysts, the answer is yes. Ramsey is seen as a versatile midfielder with great drive, impressive fitness, and the ability to play both box-to-box and further forward. Add to that his development in English football and experience with the England U21 team, and he fits Newcastle's ideal profile, young Premier League tested and full of potential. But there's a strategic side to this that few are discussing. Aston Villa, under pressure from PSR regulations, might need to sell valuable assets to balance their books by the end of the month. That puts alert clubs like Newcastle in a great position to snap up quality players for less than their usual market value. So, this wouldn't be just another signing, it would be a calculated move that could pay off both now and in the long term. If you're enjoying this deeper analysis and want to be the first to know every new development, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. That way you'll help spread the word and make sure no Magpies fan is left out of the loop during this crucial window. Back to the focus. Comparisons between Ramsey and Willock have become inevitable. When fully fit, Willock is one of the most talented midfielders in our squad, but his injury history and inconsistency have raised concerns. Ramsey, on the other hand, despite his young age, has shown a level of consistency that many pundits admire. His adaptability across different midfield roles is exactly what Eddie Howe is after to add more flexibility to the team. Another factor making this potential signing even more appealing is the current shape of the squad. With a demanding season ahead and the need to rotate players across the Premier League, domestic cups, and potential European competitions, having reliable and versatile midfield options is vital. Ramsey could offer just that tactical stability the coaching staff is looking for. Sources close to Sky Sports also highlight that, although talks are still in their early stages, progress has been made. Newcastle are now evaluating the financial viability of the deal, considering not only the transfer fee but also wages, bonuses, and additional clauses. But the interest is genuine, and further developments are expected in the coming days, especially if Villa struggle to ease their wage bill through other means. Of course, it's still early days, but these kinds of reports don't leak by accident. When a name like Jacob Ramsey starts being mentioned around St. James Park, you can be sure, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. So if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. Here on the channel, we track every move with precision and bring you only the most credible and timely updates. And here's a thought. Could this be a sign of a shift in Newcastle's transfer strategy? Less about big names and more about tactical opportunity. Targeting players like Ramsey, who become available due to off-the-pitch factors, might indicate a smarter, more sustainable approach to building the squad. Let's not forget this report was brought forward by Sky Sports, one of the UK's most reliable sports news outlets, with journalist Sacha Tavolieri on the case. So we're not talking about vague rumours or social media gossip here. This is solid information, and it deserves your attention if you want to understand the direction Newcastle are heading in. Jacob Ramsey's future remains uncertain. But Newcastle's interest is another sign that the club is alert, strategic, and ready to capitalize on any gap in the market. With Villa under financial pressure and Newcastle needing to reinforce midfield options, this move could surprise many and, if completed, significantly raise the team's level. So, what do you think? Toonami, would Ramsey fit into our system? Is he the ideal replacement for Willock? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because your opinion is part of this channel too. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, share it with that fellow Newcastle fan who follows every transfer rumor. The transfer window is just beginning, and we promise to keep you updated with every twist and turn. See you in the next video, with more exclusive updates, deeper analysis, and everything you need to know about Newcastle United. Until then, Howie the lads.